if we go by what the numbers say, the Joe Rogan podcast is the number one podcast. But at the same time, you do the same thing with fighting. We have pound for pound. We have the top 15. You know, let's just focus on the MMA, for example. Of course, we're going to keep using UFC. UFC is the pinnacle, so this is what we're going to use, right? So you have a top 15 in every weight class. You have a top 15. Now, what does that exactly mean? What does it mean? That means these 15 guys are on the road to fight for the championship. These 15 guys are on the road to fight for that championship. Okay. Now, what's the point of having numbers next to these guys' names if number 15 is going to fight number 2? And then whoever wins out of those two gets a shot at the belt. Now, if you look at other sports, you know, like let's use basketball, for example, you got to be top 8 to make playoffs. I mean, now you got the, you know, which tournament? What do you call it, producer? The play-in tournament. Yeah. NBA Cup, right? This is what you have to do to make the playoffs. And then those 8 teams on each West and in East have to play each other and then the next, you know, 4, and then the next 2, and then, you know, it don't work like that in MMA. Whoever fighting whoever based off of popularity. And to me, that's a huge flaw. Now, hear me out. Sometimes there are prospects lower on the totem pole that we're really excited to see because, all right, let's just say there's this new guy that's on the way up. There's a guy, and I just watched yesterday, who's in the PFL, and this guy's amazing. I'll get to him in a second. But let's just say this new prospect, he just made it into the top 15. He's number 15, right? Now, we look at him, and all the fighters from 14 to like 1, because the champ is the champ. So, you know, he's not number 1, he's a champ. From 14 to 1, we're like, dang, this kid too good. He could whoop all of them. 1 through 14, he could whoop all of them. We might as well just put him to fight the champ, right? Because he's that good. But at the same time, like, all these other dudes work their ass off to get to these rankings. So you try to tell me just because this dude is exciting, he get to jump the line? I don't know. I think, honestly, and this is just, once again, my opinion, if anybody gets to jump the line, it should be guys within the top 5. The other 10, y'all gotta work amongst each other. I'm sorry. 15 should be fighting 14, 13 should be fighting 12, 11 should be fighting 10, and so on and so forth. That's it. Number 1 should be fighting the champ. Unless the champ is a reigning, defending champion. Like, if this guy became, whoever's the champ at the time, male or female, and they've defended the belt 10 times. All right, I feel at that point, the champ should be able to decide whoever the heck he wants to fight, 1 through 15. He can fight whoever the heck he wants. Especially if he defended the belt that many times, right? Like, why not? I done whooped mad. If I've got 10 title defenses, then that means I already beat 2/3 of the whole damn rankings anyway. So I should be able to choose whoever the heck I want to fight. But anybody from 6 down, y'all fight who y'all supposed to fight. Now, if you look at boxing, let's just take a little detour here. Now, with boxing, it's kind of the same thing, but it's not the same thing. So, if I am what they call a mandatory, right? A mandatory fight is for, like, for example, if I'm the cruiserweight champ, right? And I have the WBC belt. The WBC will let me know, hey, your next fight is this person. Mandatory. You cannot skip this person. You have to fight this person in order to maintain your belt. Now, here's where my problem comes in. A lot of these guys, just because they don't want to fight an opponent, will vacate the belt and say, oh, I'm moving up. I want to be undisputed champ in 154 pounds. What happened to 147? Oh, you don't want to fight him. Oh, why? Because you don't want to. A lot of these guys are undefeated, and they don't want to lose that undefeated record. So they'll vacate a belt and just move up and go fight a dude that may be heavier than him, but I know I'm gonna beat him because I'm a better boxer. Like that's an issue. That's an issue. Because now, to me, that make you look like a bitch. Like that talk where guys talk about, I don't care who it is, I'll fight whoever, I'm the best. Shit. Some of y'all so-called fighters is little bitches. Y'all be scared. And I think there's a lot of fighters like that, especially in boxing. I'm sorry. And I be thinking, same thing in MMA too. You know, like I think there are people that's like, you know what, that is not that easy to fight me. I might skip over that. But depending on your status, what can I say? In MMA, in boxing, it's different. They tell you have a mandatory, you got to fight that person. It don't matter. You have to fight them. You have to. And a lot of times they won't do it. So, like, if you look at it from boxing perspective, the MMA perspective, whatever perspective, it's flawed to me. It's off. It's not. It just doesn't make sense. What's the point of the rankings if I can bend and bend the rules and find loopholes? Like, oh, I gotta fight him. Well, you know what? I'll vacate the belt. I never got beat, so I'm the lineal champion because they didn't beat me. Nobody beat me for the belt. That is, oh my gosh, I hate that. Like, I feel like there should be a boxing promotion, an MMA promotion, kickboxing, karate, whatever promotions they are, anything that has to do with fighting. If you're in that top 15, you fight who you're supposed to fight. Unless you're in the top 5 and the champion has defended the belt a certain amount of times. If the champ has defended the belt a certain amount of times, then I feel like at that point the champion should be able to fight who he wants. But if you just got the belt, I'm just not. I'm really getting tired of all these weird loopholes and flaws and things within combat sports. You know, even when y'all hear me complain about judges and referees and all that, like, bro, when Charles Oliveira fought Michael Chandler, like, I'm looking at the ref like, yo, did you not see Michael Chandler hammer fist the back of Charles head like 25 times? And then Michael Chandler had the nerve to say, yo, ref, why didn't you stop the fight? You know how many times I hit him behind the ear? Yeah, it's behind the ear, all right. Like, there's too many loopholes. There's too many flaws. There's too many little things that these fighters are using as excuses to try to, like, make their way to the top. Nobody's, like, being real fighters anymore. There's rankings for a reason. That means we're the best. We're the top. Let the top guys fight the top. I'm not, like, the skipping over and all this. No. Now, do I respect the fact that Dana White, because that is his promotion or him and his partner's promotions, that he can sit here and do what he wants and I'll make whoever fight whoever I want? Okay, yeah, I'll give you that much respect. It is your promotion. Cool. But, bro, we going to skip number 14 to number 3? What about number 8, who's been busting his ass for the past 7 years to get to number 8, and it's been undefeated in 7 years? Shit is off. Shit is off. And I can't get with it. I can't get with it. That's not how we should move, y'all. Like, of course, we live in a world where everything's not fair. Understandable. Not everything is fair. But at the same time, bro, like, you got fighters who are in here taking mad brain damage who could have been a champ by now. And these guys got to fight another dude and another dude and another dude. Like my man Shavkat Rakhmonov. He should have been fought for the belt. Should have been fought for the belt. I'm sorry. Luckily, he's a good sport. And your man says, I'll fight whoever. I don't care. Bring them all on. And that's cool. But, nah, bro. Like how Brock Lesnar had 5 professional fights and ended up being champion within 5 professional fights. That's insane. Same thing with look at Bo Nickel. No offense to Bo Nickel, but he has 6, 7 professional fights, and already he trying to say like I should be prepared to fight for the champ soon. No, bro, you just got here. All right, you beat a pretty good guy the other day, but you didn't like dominate, homie. Ranking system sucks, bro. The pound for pound system sucks, bro. They all suck. That's why your man Dana White is removing the humans, and he wants to use AI now and let AI determine who should be either pound for pound number 1, who's moving up in rankings and all this. I still think that's going to be kind of weird because you're going to let Skynet run this shit. Come on, bro. But that's a whole nother story within itself. It's all messed up, bro. Like, look at that. Top 5 for pound ranking. Why is Pereira like not number 1, bro? Islam ain't fought in a minute. I think it should be John Jones Pereira. Or I wouldn't even be mad at Pereira John Jones. But Islam ain't fought. Why he's still number 1? Don't make no sense to me, bro. The rankings are off. They're off. I'm telling you, there's too much stuff that's off. There's too much stuff that's off, bro.